when it comes to the transfer portal, everything can kind of move quickly. How do you do all of that in a shorter time period?
Yeah, Nick, that's spot on. That's where we have spent some time in the last couple months. You know, are there some player assessments tools that we can use? Right? Are there a set of questions that we can ask? The big thing, Nick, and I think you're spot on, and we talked about this. I talked to a lot of my friends about this. Is you know it's a lot like NFL free agency, but um, there's a million players out there, right? So you got to sort through that. So quickly, you've got to evaluate not only the physical components and try to collect as much data as you can about the player and from that piece, but also who do we know around the kid? Do we have relationships from the past? Who do we know on the staff? Who knew him in the recruiting process? Um, and why is he in the portal?
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately, what made him make the decision to get in the portal, right? So I do think that it's a big part of what we do, and it's a small window of time. And I think that that's one of the frustrations that most coaches would say is like, it's like speed dating. You got to make these decisions in a hurry, right? So
Right.
uh, we're living one of those crazy reality shows, every winter and every spring. But I think the key for us has been, we know someone that has inside information. We have a prior relationship with the kid, and that allows us someone that we trust speaks on the player's behalf. And then also, I think, we're looking for accurate information relative to height, length, verified speed. Um, all how does the player learn? I mean, there's lots of things that contribute there. What system do they play in? How much carryover? Um, there's a lot to be learned here from the NFL model.
And how much do you anticipate this second window, guys going in? Obviously, it'll be after spring ball. Some guys might see the writing on the wall or try to go somewhere, but it's only 2 weeks. So it's like 45-day window just crammed into 14 days.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's probably less about the 14-day window. That's just the window where they can get in.
Mm.
I think the window of time is when they get in until they make the decision, right? I think ultimately. So for us, um, I mean, we're in year two of building a program and kind of evaluating the roster and strengths, weaknesses. Is every position layered the right way relative to player retention? Um, and trying to create depth at certain spots. So, I mean, I think that we're going to have a chance to watch our team the entire semester. We'll finish up spring practice. We'll kind of know where we're at, and if we feel like we've got certain positions where we need players, then we'll evaluate the players that go into the portal, and we'll try to make the best decision in the interest of the team. So I do think that so far we did a good job in year one of kind of adding a few players that contributed to our team, and then certainly very impressed so far with the players we've added in this group. Bird Sherrill deserves a lot of credit. I think the plan that we put in place worked, and there's a lot of work that goes into that, going all the way back, to the beginning of the process. So, yeah, I think you're spot on. I don't necessarily view it. It is different, right? Because that player is leaving. It's a little bit different timeline, right? I really do think at the end of spring you got to really evaluate why the player is leaving. What are the motivations there? What's the situation there? And then ultimately, what needs do you have? And each individual situation, you got to see it independent of all others. Try to make a good objective decision that helps